grade for the rookie class slash undrafted free agent class? Because I think that a lot, especially when you look at who they signed as an undrafted free agent, what's the grade that you actually gave for all of them? And we've got a few super chats that we have to get to in a second, actually, as well.
That's a funny question. I'm going to separate them because they're not weighted evenly. But to me, the undrafted free agent class on its own was an A+. Like they knocked that out. That was great. The draft class to me is a one-person class. It's Drake Jackson. And I mean, they didn't have a first-round pick. Like they went in third round, like rotational running back, rotational wide receiver. And then they went like just project offensive lineman, project cornerback. Like, great. If Drake Jackson's good, it's a successful draft. I was sort of lukewarm on it. I'll give it a C+. C+. To me, it's a one-person. I mean, they didn't even have a first-round pick. How excited can you really be about this draft class?
Right. And I think I kind of put it all together because they got some guys that many people mocked in the draft as undrafted free agents. Yeah, Donovan West, right. And that's what brings me to this one. Gennaro asked, any UDFAs a favorite to make the roster? Donovan West, I think, is a lock at this point to make the roster. $10,000 up front, $100,000 guaranteed for a UDFA. That's not a contract that you give out to just some guy that you're hoping makes the team. I think Donovan West makes this team.
Good point. And you also got Leon O'Neal, who's essentially competing with Tavarius Moore, who
Hufanga.
Well, I'm saying for a roster spot. Hufanga's going to make the team, but Tavarius Moore isn't necessarily going to make the team. I look at Tariq Castro-Fields as he's competing with Jason Verrett. If Jason Verrett shows anything, Tariq, get to know the practice squad. That's your destination because no one's going to claim him. So that's the way I look at it.
And Leon O'Neal make it. When we were talking earlier about who are you concerned about, it's less about me being concerned about players and their skill and more about like when you put guys on practice squads, they're going to get lifted. And the Seattle Seahawks are sitting there in the bushes waiting to see who's on their practice squad. Yeah, and they're waiting to like basically the Seattle Seahawks have this little thing where they just let the 49ers find the talent. And they're like, well, if the Niners like him, then we like him. So there's going to be guys that unfortunately are not going to make this roster, not because they're not talented, but because there's only so many spots and practice squad guys can be claimed.
The Niners used to do the same thing with the Seahawks guys. Balky used to do that all the time. They had a little thing going. Yeah.
So James asked West better than Banks. West is better than Banks in terms of he's a center. Yeah. Off the rip.
They play different positions, yeah.
Right. And do we know if Alex Mack is coming back? Let's just say no. Let's just say no. But JC Tretter is like Sting on top of the rafters looking down, waiting to get signed. They could like Kyle's not ready to turn this over, especially with a rookie quarterback. He is not ready to turn this over to a rookie center.
I would hope not.
Yeah.
I would hope not.
There we go. So, I mean, that's why I think he's going to make the roster. Gammon has another. Yo, Gammon, thank you again for the super chat. Jason, do you have a disc? How can fans talk ball with you? Disc? I don't get that one necessarily. 2 Grant, how can I get my book autographed by your pops? There you go. That's a good question.
That's a good question. Freaking mail it to him. Here, Gmail me. Email me. Grant Cohn at Gmail. I'll work it out with you. I'll work it out with you.
And then 3, Kinlaw knee like Ford's neck. Gammon, let's not put that out there. Oh, Discord. No, I don't have a Discord, Gammon. Is that something I should do? I need mods for my YouTube. I need all of these things.
Don't go down that road. Discord is, dude.
What?
You would need a lot of help. I have one, and it's like, dude, you would need a lot of help. Okay. Otherwise, it gets awful right away.
Gammon, holla at me and I'll try to figure it out, man. Let me see if I can get some mods and everything as well too. But then let's get to this third one. Kinlaw's knee like Ford's neck. God, I just made myself a boomer. I just made myself a boomer with that, not knowing the Discord.
I actually would say that's probably I'm a little skeptical that Kinlaw's knee is ever going to be healthy. It's not his fault. This was flagged at the combine. This was all. I mean, it's like the Niners bought I always do these house analogies now because it's like they bought a house with a messed up foundation. They're like, we can fix this. Like, all right, well, you knew what you were getting into. You knew what you bought.
Yeah, you know what? All right, I'm gonna take the optimism.
Gammon's in. Gammon will be a mod.
All right, Gammon, let's make it happen. Let's make it happen. I'm with it. But with the Kinlaw thing, I'm going to be a little bit more optimistic. It sounds like
Please.
he's lost weight, which very much
Please.
helps.
Good.
And they say it's completely cleaned up. Maybe this
Good.
was something they could have done earlier. And you know how people are saying, well, why didn't you get the surgery? I think a lot of guys feel like, hey, I'm going to power through this and do rehab. And most people would feel like that. Forget athletes. If someone asked you, hey, you have the option to rehab without getting surgery, pretty sure a lot of people would say, I'm taking the rehab.
Hell yeah.
So all right. Maybe this hasn't played out the correct way, but I'm going to take the optimistic approach. Here's the problem with what happened with Dee Ford. And this is the problem that the Chiefs knew and Auburn knew. Auburn and the Chiefs knew. You don't practice Dee Ford at all during the week. He's a Sunday player. You get him up and get ready to get him to go. For whatever reason, the 49ers just completely forgot about all that and just said, yo, practice. Yeah,
Culture.
I get it.
Culture.
At the same time, man, do what's best for the guys. So
he got hurt in practice a lot.
Yes, right. So the Chiefs
multiple times.
You're a Sunday player. You don't practice. You come to walk through, you stand around on Saturday and get hyped for Sunday. And what did Dee Ford do? He was a baller. And guess what? They sold him to the 49ers for that second rounder, and they replaced him with Frank Clark.
Let me just say,
I think the 49ers botched that.
The Chiefs knew how to handle him, but they never gave him big money. They knew what they were doing. They let the Niners make that mistake.
Yes, they did.
Like Dee Ford's going to be chilling in Mexico like until he's 70 because of the Niners, not because of the Chiefs. You know what I'm saying? He'd be living la vida loca because of the Niners, not because of the Chiefs. You know what I'm saying?
But look, Greg, if the 49ers win in Miami in 2019, I don't think anybody looks at this Dee Ford thing, even if it continued to play out this way.
True.
They don't look at it the same way. If you win that one bowl right then everybody kind of just gets off Dee Ford's back, and they were like, "Thank you." They're like, "Thank you for your contribution," and that's what Drake Jackson can essentially be, just starting before he becomes that. So here's me giving you optimism, 49ers fans, trying to at least a little bit, just a little bit.
Yes.
All right. Kinlaw's the ghost of bulky pick. Goodness gracious. I have a theory that if you say torn ACL 3 times in the mirror, Trent Baalke drafts you.
Because the Niners still do it without Trent.
That's I'm trying to,
the spreadsheet said there's value there.